tree, and I think it was for charity. Was it for charity?
Yeah, or like.
Wait. How do you go camping for charity?
I don't know, bro.
Ring, 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 ring. Who's calling? It's an interesting discussion sometimes. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of An Interesting Discussion Sometimes. Today, we're joined by my oldest friend, not in terms of age, but how long I've known her. That's Amara Wibowo. And we're joined by her lovely, wonderful boyfriend, Veska, who I haven't known for that long, but I'm eager to learn more about.
Wow.
Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Hey, man. Oh, yeah, dude. You know, when I was in middle school, I used to play basketball with a bunch of my friends, and one of my friends wanted to be a ref one time just because he was like hurt and he didn't know how to whistle. So whenever there was a foul, he would yell whistle. That whole like ring thing that you just did just reminded me of just, like, whistle. I'm super loud. But yeah, hey guys.
You want to tell them a little bit about yourself?
Sure, I guess. Hi. My name is Veska. You know, I'm a college student. I'm in my last year at Fashion Institute of Technology. I have 2 associate degrees in menswear and fashion design. So I studied menswear for 2 years, and then I did a 1-year accelerated fashion design degree, and now I'm in international trade marketing. It's because I want to learn the whole industry as a whole. So I'm in my last senior year, technically my 5th year, but like 5 years, 3 degrees kind of thing.
Yeah, that's pretty efficient.
But other than that, you know, I just been hanging out. I play guitar, play music. Sometimes I collect action figures. I just do a lot of different things that I think is cool.
Word.
Yeah, do you wanna do your intro?
Sure. I mean, as you guys know, I've been on the show before. My intro was really good on the other one, so now I'm like stuck.
Dude, I didn't even know you were supposed to come up with an intro.
But
okay.
anyways, yeah, my name is Amara. I am a longtime friend of all the boys. Went to Virginia Tech with all of them. Spent 2 years living in the apartment before them or below them, not before them. And I spent those 2 years. I just kept hearing Tarun tap on his desk, and you know what? Now I miss that very much. So, but yeah, now I'm working full time in the DC area, and yeah, that's pretty much what I'm up to now.
I'm also here, guys. You know, I didn't say anything yet. It's been about 5 minutes, but you know, I'm joining Tarun. We're the only regulars that are here, so we got a nice little group of 4. You know, have a great discussion. Interestingly, Tarun.
Yeah, maybe if I was more prepared, I would have laid out this information
It's okay,
from the get-go in the intro, but I expended all my mental energy
It's
on
all right.
doing the ring, ring, ring bullshit.
It's all right.
So, but Veska, you're in Nova now, right? You usually live in New York and you're visiting Nova. How's it going for you here?
Yeah, it's been pretty good, dude. I because of COVID, I haven't been in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area for the past like maybe year and a half, almost 2 years. And just because like a lot of the time I've been spending in like whether it's my room or I moved in the middle of COVID, but like other than that, like most recently after the COVID shots, like I was able to walk around.
Yeah.
But even in New York, it's still really condensed and cramped. Like everywhere is pretty close, tight spaces. And as soon as I got like in the DC Bethesda area on my Vamoose bus, I started realizing like, yo, like this water be big though. like it's just like everything just seemed like so much like open, and it just wasn't really. I felt a little nauseous too at first. I was like, yo, like I've been in such a condensed space tight space for such a long time. It felt kind of weird being in this area, but I mean, it's cool, dude. I just arrived like literally an hour. Or no, like two hours ago when we got food.
Wow.
Damn.
Now
Oh,
we're
okay.
here. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I thought you were here since like yesterday. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh no, bro! I just got here. You know.
We're getting the first look. I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dude, I had like the worst Vamoose driver. I hope no one from Vamoose listens to this, because like this guy was driving the bus like it was Mario Kart. Like he kept pushing down the pedal, but then he would stop every like 3 seconds and he would let the like bus kind of like glide, and it kind of like made me feel nauseous. And on top of that, I was sitting right on top of like the wheel. I felt like I was sitting right on like on top of where the wheel was placed.
Yeah,
and I just was vibrating the entire time while
Oh my
this
god.
dude was like driving super weirdly. Like it was so strange. Maybe that's why I felt nauseous. I don't know.
Maybe. That was probably why, not the weather.
That reminds me of in high school, like in the morning when I went to school in Fairfax County. My school would start earlier. I'd probably get on the bus at like 6:30 or something like that, and I would basically like rest my head against the window, and somehow I'd fall asleep despite the vibration.
Yeah.
And I would know when to wake up because the vibration would stop when we got to school because it stopped driving.
Damn.
So that's how I finessed a quick nap in the morning.
Nice.
Speaking of water, you lived in New York, and so today and like yesterday, all the subways in New York are like completely flooded. So we got out just at the right time.
All the rats and the little rat babies having a pool day. Last, like, day or two.
So nasty.
I saw the pictures and I was like glad I'm going to Maryland or Virginia today, but I didn't actually see any of it. It's pretty fun by the time I left.
It's actually so disgusting. I saw like videos of the water and it's like murky brown, and people were like hopping in garbage bags through the water to get on the subway. Like,
I saw that.
Bro, you guys are doing the most. Just like Uber.
I haven't seen that
today.
one. Really? No, I haven't seen that one, but that's crazy.
It's funny because people will hop, but then they kind of slip because obviously there's so much water, and then the garbage bag will just fall down, and then their pants and everything are wet, and they just give up and they just keep walking in the water.
So nasty.
I had a conversation with my friend about this whole thing, and I know that I haven't seen the videos that you guys saw, but I saw the ones of just like when you're going into the tunnel, right when you're going down the stairs, you just see like all the water. And it's just like these two ladies, and they continue to like go down the steps further deeper into the water. And my friend was like, "Yo, I will never be this broke that I would go in the water. I would get an Uber." And like, it was just so weird because I don't know, bro. Because I'm pretty sure you can get like maybe different cancerous diseases from New York sewer water, like
the
waist deep.
The new COVID variant is there somewhere,
bro. They're breeding COVID-20 there. So you can tell.
People literally shit in the subways, right? Like that's just shit water.
Yeah, that's another thing. The people shit everywhere, bro. Everywhere. I've only seen like people take shits in subways like a few times, but I've seen wilder. There's just like naturally, right? There's this thing that a lot of my friends know about. I forget. It's like New York subway creatures. I don't know if you guys follow that.
I've heard about
like
it.
A lot of like. Yeah. There's this one where this guy went up to like, those guys that like wash, that like kind of wash, mop up the floor.
Yeah, I saw that video. Yeah.
He took a shit.
I saw that video.
Wait, I don't know this video.
Nah, so this dude's like janitor was like mopping the floor, right? And you know how the buckets that like they squeegee the mop and shit. I think it was a homeless guy. He just went up to the thing, just like took his pants off and just started shitting in it.
Oh my god!
Like the janitor, he turned his back and then he turned around and the guy was just in his bucket.
Oh my god!
He tried to get him off of the bucket too. He was like, "Bro."
Then he got off and then he just got back on it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It was like the middle of the day too. People just walking by. Like
the guy who passed down was like, "Yo, he's shitting in your bucket."
And now that's in the water that's flooding all of the sewers, so the subways. So
speaking of New York, though, I wanted to ask you guys because I know Omar, you go to New York a lot and you know a lot about New York, and then Veska, you obviously live there. So I want to ask you, what's like the best thing about New York, and then what's the worst thing about New York?
You
For
want to
me,
go first?
it has to be like the convenience. Like you could literally get anywhere in the city just by taking the subway. Like every time I go to New York and then I come back to DC, I'm like, dang, I can't just go like to DC and go to like, bars there, go out with you guys, whatever.
Yeah.
And like we'd still have to like drive 45 minutes to get back home. Like we can't just take a subway. Like it was so nice going to the city and like we could go into Manhattan from like Queens just by taking the subway, you know, go out there and then come back home. No need a DD or an Uber, like a $100 Uber. But yeah, but that's my favorite thing.
What's the worst thing?
That's a good one.
The worst thing, the fucking smell, man.
It smells terrible.
And people that are unfortunately rude, but
oh my god, I was talking about this to her earlier today because we went through the metro station, and you know how metro stations here kind of have like that, they all have like that default smell. It kind of smells like nothing, but it smells like something at the same time. But it doesn't smell bad. But like as soon as you're in the MTA in New York, all the stations smell like piss. So like it's kind of the same thing, but like it's just the exact opposite.
Yeah, just gotta get used to it.
For sure.
What's your favorite thing about New York, having lived there for a while?
I think for me, my favorite thing is, I think just everything that I want to do in terms of like where I want to work in my industry, or just the kind of stuff, everything that I need is there. So when it comes to like the garment district, everything come from like fabric to trims to buttonholes to people that do that do like embroidery and stuff like that. Everything's like right around the corner. For me, a lot of the brands and companies that I want to work for are based there too. So it's pretty, it's like, I don't have to really commute too much if I ever want to intern or work anywhere. Also just a lot of like hobby things, you know, that I like constantly cycle around. I like read a lot of comic books as well. And like I collect some action figures. So like a lot of hobby shops are like places that I frequently visit from time to time. When like I lived here, there are only like a few of those kinds of places when it comes to like work or like hobby or like I'd have to like take a car, and it was just a different like I kind of have like routes for everything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's really good.
So what's the worst thing?
The worst thing? Yeah, dude, the smell. My goodness. It gets better over the winter.
It's memorable. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, dude. I know like what streets smell more than others, but like
that's just
like
sad.
a lot of restaurants just leave their shit out on like the street. Like as soon as they have like all this garbage, they like they leave it out for the trash collector. But then it like, and then like all people like piss there, and then you know when I first moved to New York, right? You'd see like these little like blotches of water in between like the little sidewalks and like the actual like street. And I used to just think that it was like, oh, it's like, you know, like rainwater, whatever. No, dude, that's like 9 times out of 10, that's someone's piss mixed with a little bit of like rainwater. Okay, that's why it smells like that.
Oh my god.
Do different streets and different like subway sections have different smells?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think generally they all kind of lean towards that like human feces kind of smell. But other than that, you know, I think sometimes you pass by restaurants and it smells good because they make good food. So you just smell the Japanese food. It's like, damn, that hibachi though really washed out that smell earlier from like the other block.
I'm just wondering if we could do a little game. Like next time I come to New York, I'll blindfold you and take you along like across New York, and I'll just put you here, and then every time you get it, you know, a street right, depending on the smell, I'll give you a point or something. I don't know.
It'll be like,
oh my god,
like GeoGuessr, but with the smell of New York.
Do you think people in New York, like when they got COVID and like lost their sense of smell, were like, oh, finally?
Honestly, they want that.
Oh man, I think yeah, I don't know, dude. I think a lot of people in New York, as soon as COVID hit, they just like moved out.
That's true. Yeah,
it's like, I'm out.
Yo, do they have scented masks?
They have scented. Do they have scented masks? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I'm asking. I'm not sure.
I don't know, dude. I've never heard of that before. That's crazy.
And New Market next pandemic, bro.
Christian, cut that out. Cut that
out. New business pitch. I better see you in Shark Tank with those scented masks.
No, bro, you're gonna see me in the subway, just handing them out like a lemonade stand.
What are those scented things that you put inside cars? You just have like one
Yeah,
sticking
yeah.
out of like the inside of
Yeah, like pine tree.
Yeah.
People just wear them as like earrings. So it's like-
I hate those like tacky, like kind of like earrings, like that. Those are a thing. Like I've seen those before, like something like
watermelon.
that. Yeah, anything, man. Like
Mhm.
I don't know if you have just like some cliche like thing is like and you decide to make it an earring. It's like really you're gonna decide to go with that. I don't know. Vesca's the fashion guy. I don't know why I'm talking about fashion. He's the one that should be setting all the rules here.
Listen, as long as you're comfortable in what you're wearing, I think it should be fine. You know,
Dude, you don't have to be
Damn.
PC. You don't have to be
Yeah,
PC
man.
on
You
this
can
podcast.
tell us everything that's wrong.
No one listens anyway, dude. You can say whatever you want. Tell us how you really feel.
No.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
No, but like honestly though, like that's something that I've realized. Like
Wait,
in fashion school, literally everyone dresses so differently that there are like kids that like come in literally with like huge watermelon earrings and
Oh
like
my.
different colors from like head to toe kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I feel like I look at them and seeing what kind of person they are, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense for that person. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, if something looks silly on me, like I think it might not look silly on someone else depending on
That's
the
true.
person. That's why like I'm like now I'm at this point where I'm just like, if you feel comfortable with what you wear, dude, that's all that really matters.
Yeah, I was thinking that, like that must be such a hard like industry because all of like not all of it, a lot of it is like subjective. So like,
Yeah.
that must be really hard.
Yeah, I think with art, everything's subjective, but then again, music is subjective. But then they still have like Grammy awards and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think there's always going to be a genre such as like fast fashion. You know,
Mhm.
it's like
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
pop music in a way that like it's for everybody.
Yeah.
But I think if you have your own kind of like flavor, I guess you can try to find the market that best suits you, whether it's like a certain art musician that kind of dresses similarly to what you're trying to sell. You can go to that musician's like audience and try to see what they're interested in and where they shop.
Mhm.
And a lot of this stuff is like you honestly. So I feel like if you want to succeed in art, you just have to get a good enough following to be able to do this for a living. You don't and
Yeah.
like do it again the next day and still pay your bills. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
like you just need like a good supporting fan base.
that's true. That makes sense.
I think nowadays too, it's like much more accessible to make anything that you really want or market yourself like on TikTok or Instagram or whatever. There's actually like avenues of displaying all your stuff other than what would historically be like museums or like fancy stores of like designer stores, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that probably like induces a lot more creativity in everyone, and also probably enables like a lot of livings in general. Like you see so many TikTok people that make like you ever see those trends where people put a fucking canvas on a drill and put some paint on it and they spin it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, those kids are making bank for no
Oh,
reason.
so
I don't
satisfying.
want to shit on their art, but like you can only do that so many different ways before it's like the same thing, right? Like
They make money more off of like the TikTok views, right? Like,
Yeah.
Off of like sponsors. or
They like also
Sponsorship.
like sell the art, but like because it gets views,
Yeah.
it's like deemed valuable, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like a each way. It's tough.
Anyway, speaking of fashion trends and what looks good and what doesn't,
Oh,
I want to play a Sean Evans Hot One style game with you guys. It's basically I'm gonna throw a bunch of different fashion trends or fashion items at you guys because you're the two most fashionable people I know, and you're gonna tell me if it's hot, if it's not hot, if it's overrated, underrated. Just tell me your opinions on it. And then you guys can go like one by one. Let me know what you think. Even you, Christian.
Okay.
no,
I
no,
wanna hear your-
no,
I wanna hear
I
your
want to
thoughts
hear
on
your
it.
guys' opinions too.
I'll only do it if you guys give your own opinions on
Okay,
these things as
okay.
well. So
Yeah,
everyone
there
has
you
to
go.
play along.
I just have to look up a couple of things real quick. Hold on.
No, you can't cheat.
No, I don't know
What
what
are you
some of these
doing?
are.
Listen,
Alright,
I may not
so-
know what it is either, so you're gonna have to visualize it.
No.
We're all
No.
depending on Tarun's description.
Okay, okay.
Well, it's not really a description. It's just an item. But I'll just hit you with the first one. Okay.
Okay.
First one is fedoras.
Oh, do you want to go first?
Fedoras? I think fedoras aren't bad. I mean, I feel like whenever I think of fedoras, I think of like 2000s slash like early 2010s, because I just remember like I used to really want to wear like a fedora with like a little vest, Bruno Mars looking. Right. So like, I mean, I feel like certain people could still pull that off now. Not to say that I would wear them personally, but I don't know. I feel like if you really tried, I don't know, maybe. I just haven't put on a fedora in like years, so. But I feel like nowadays, like people can pull off like really anything from any decade. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think?
Christian, you want to go first?
When I think of a fedora, I think of like some kid that I went to high school with who's like got greasy hair, long nails, never cut his nails, fucking some
Undertaker looking
some dude who smells like he lives in the New York subway. So like, I'm a little down on fedoras, but I think girls rock fedoras better than guys do at this point. That's what I think. So that's my opinion.
Okay, Veska, your time to destroy them.
Oh, no. Listen,
come on, lay it on us.
Listen, no, I honestly still feel like I stand by that thing where I think different people look good in different things.
Yeah.
But the thing is with fedoras, I feel like you guys ever seen those like fedoras? They're not really fedoras, but it's rounded at the top. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of hats that remind me of, like, personally, I look at a lot of different classic rock or like blues artists and things like that when I look for references, maybe even like Steven Tyler or like Johnny Depp sometimes too. But I think Stevie Ray Vaughan, I don't know if you guys know him, he's a blues rock guitarist. He kind of had like this sick kind of fedora hat. I think those kinds of hats are cool. I think the thing is with fedoras in like 2010 to 2012, like it got really famous with like Instagram people. I don't know if you guys saw it around a lot. And I just feel like today, if you wear a specific kind of fedora, everyone will reference that time. But also, it just depends on the person, If you wear like a different kind of, like those cowboy fedoras with like the little trim that goes around. Those are cool. I don't know, man. I think I just have to see the person, what they're wearing.
That's true.
And then I can like determine
That's
what
fair.
I think. But then like, that's just what I think.
That's fair.
Yeah, my opinion kind of goes along with Christian. I think girls could wear that anytime, like nowadays, right? But I think guys, you have to be more tasteful with it to actually like.
You have to be like Bruno Mars. Like you have to be Bruno Mars.
Yeah, you have to be Bruno Mars.
You ever seen How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah,
unfortunately.
So you know how like Marshall shaved off his head?
Yeah.
And he put on a fedora after, and then he like tilted it. And it kind of looked like a whole smooth criminal kind of thing. Because he didn't want to cover his head. I think he'd look good in that.
So after Tarun shaves his head.
I think it should be all right. No. I'm not saying if you don't have to shave your head, but I'm just saying that like I think it looked good on him. So I think if you wore it like that and you really were like confident, like if as long as you're as confident as like a 6-year-old wearing a Batman t-shirt, people will just be like, damn, looks good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like the problem with me, if I wore it sideways like that, who's the guy that dances with Sharpay in High School Musical?
Oh my God, Ryan Evans.
Yeah. I'd look like that man's man. Like I need to climb up a ladder and do some flamboyant shit.
Well, what's wrong with Ryan Evans? If you, I guarantee you, Tarun, if you were like in high school and you climbed up like a desk or like a lunch table and you started singing and dancing as well as he did, I'm pretty sure everyone would be okay.
I would love to see that.
Everyone would be looking at everything else besides the fedora.
Look at that, man.
Let's get.
See, this is the hype man you needed.
If we get like 2 comments on this post.
Oh, Omar knows the standards. I love it.
2 comments.
Amar knows the standard. Amar knows the standard.
You and Veska are just gonna comment, and then I'm gonna have to post some dumbass video.
Well, no, if we get 10, then Tarun will do it at his brother's wedding in August.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, on to the next one. This is more of a trend or item that's a lot of people are wearing right now, like on TikTok and shit. It's cropped cardigans. You know, like the fun colors, like girls would be wearing that with like, what you call it, like baggier blue jeans and just like shit like that. What's your take?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I would wear some crop cardigans. Maybe not like as
You would
crop.
wear?
Yeah, dude. Like they're not as cropped as like up to like my breasts. You know what I mean? As long as it covers my stomach and I feel comfortable with it, I can wear like a crop shirt, maybe some like shorts and some boots. You know, shorts, boots, crop cardigan, and a button-up tee, and then and you just gotta top it off with like the fedora, and you gotta
Yeah.
This will be a whole outfit at the end.
I'm low key just planning out your outfit for when you have to do this video.
Yeah, so I didn't know this was a thing.
For me.
Hey man,
no, you definitely see some baddies on TikTok. I know you're asking on TikTok all day. You see baddies everywhere with them.
Not with the crop cardigan though. I don't know what you're on about that, man.
They're like the fuzzy crop tops.
I know.
That,
I know what a cardigan is, and I know what cropping is, but I haven't seen people with them. Is what I'm saying.
Maybe you've seen it, but haven't perceived it. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe if you saw it, you'll notice it. Because like usually these like influencers or TikTokers, they like thrift them, and they're really kids like cardigans. That's
I stay off of that section. Okay.
Okay, but they're like 20-year-olds wearing it.
Shit.
But I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's cute. I guess like my opinion on it. I don't know if I would wear it. Like I don't really like that like tight looking like cropped cardigan type of look. I feel like I like looser kind of blousy cardigans type things. But I've seen that too. I feel like only taller people can pull them off. I don't know. Like, I feel like I would look like a little girl basically if I wore them. Being like a 5-foot girl, they would just make me look so young. But like, those tall looking like Kendall Jenners of the world, like I feel like could pull them off better.
Yeah, Haran can knock it off, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So you and Haran now are doing this with those two fits.
Okay, on to the next one. So I don't know what exactly is the term for this, but it's kind of like a cozy boy aesthetic where like guys be wearing like a vintage tee and then the like crop shorts that are like 5 inches long. They come up to like the upper thigh with maybe Nike socks and like some Jordans or something like that. And then they'll wear like, I don't know, like a trucker hat and have like a tote bag.
I'm trying to imagine
what.
Yeah.
Is that not a vibe?
It's a whole outfit.
It's like a, I would say like the TikTokers like Bryce Hall, like those dudes be wearing that. I can pull up a picture.
Pull this up.
I'm okay with most of this, other than the 5-inch shorts. Like that's the part where like
that's what I'm trying.
I'm out.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think the 5-inch shorts make you kind of fuckboy.
Is it like this?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
This is the only thing that I know. They're like basketball shorts.
Yeah, I guess it could be. They could be
I
like
think
anything.
It's like
more like sweatshirts,
80s.
like athleisure.
Yeah,
some Lululemon. I have a lot of friends that work at Lululemon.
I mean, it looks good based off of that.
Don't have that card. I have that card.
You definitely have the cardigan.
Listen, Tarun, I have the cardigan for you. I just gotta crop it.
Yes.
I just gotta crop it. I got you, bro. It's leopard print and everything.
Yes.
I actually think I could rock leopard print, bro. That's the one thing. I would never try it. Actually, maybe I would, but I don't know if I'd go out in like public places with that.
Oh, why
Tarun,
not?
we should hang out. I'll make you try a whole lot of We'll go thrifting.
I need to. I'm actually really down to go thrifting, but I need to mentally prepare myself for whatever abuse you guys are gonna put me through.
Abuse. We have your best interests at heart.
Probably.
Okay, maybe we'll just skip over that one since it's. I don't know.
Did you have other ones after this?
Yeah, I have a bunch more.
Oh, God, okay.
I don't know if this is still really a trend like that, but I know it was. But dad shoes, like the really thick ass Balenciaga ones, or
The triple S things.
yeah, the triple S's,
Triple
or
S.
like even with like the Sakai waffles. Like I feel like that technically not a dad shoe, but it's kind of on that sort of trend where the sole is really big, or like they're just clunky, you know.
You know, I think Nike has a lot of shoes now, and the shoes are. I don't remember if they were called Vapor Max. Just there are a lot of Nike shoes that are coming out now that look super techy and like Back to the Future. I kind of like the dad shoes if they look like there's been a lot of tech put into it, like some designer sat there and really thought about how the shoe is gonna work. You know what I mean? I can't tell you exactly what they were called, but a lot of them are like trainers meant for like actually like going hiking or turfing. So a lot of the shoes aren't though. They're like the tennis shoes, but they're just like super big on the back heel. But something about that just reminded me a lot about like different animes that I think just would fit those shoes. So I just feel like if it feels like there's a lot of effort put into the design, then I think it's really cool. But like what are those shoes that came out? Like the Fila's, there's like a million people that wear those like white Fila's.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Not a fan of
I don't know about those. Same.
When you said dad shoes, I was thinking of like some Reebok stuff that like some dude would wear to like go grilling or something.
Well, I guess those too, because a lot of people be wearing, you know, New Balances and like the gray ones that, you know, dads would wear with like the baggy jeans and stuff. I guess those count too. I can respect them for the comfort sake, but I don't know if I like their aesthetic. Like if I was going to spend that much on shoes, you can do so much better.
Yeah.
Well, usually they're a little bit cheaper too. Like they're not like they're more like mass manufactured, I'd say, than like there's only, I don't know, like 2 million of them or something, you know? So they're usually pretty accessible.
What do you think, Amara?
I don't know. Like, I think, same kind of what Veska was saying. Like, I know, like, the dad kind of, like, chunky white sneakers, all these girls are wearing, like, it was cute at first, but then when everyone started wearing them, it wasn't, I just felt like it wasn't anything special anymore. So they all kind of, like, look the same, but I still like, kind of the idea and, like, the style of, like, the chunky shoes. Like, I've always loved, like, chunky shoes. Like, I always get, like, my heels that are chunky, like, sneakers. But, yeah, like, again, like, as long as it's, like, you know, somewhat different, like, have some sort of interesting, you know, unique design, then I would definitely wear something like that. But yeah, not if it was like, you know, too repetitive, like amongst like everyone. I feel like it looks too same. Like,
I think that's the other thing. Like, I think anything really looks good depending on like how you dress with it. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of these like white Filas or like just regular chunky dad shoes, and everyone kind of, it feels samey when you go on Instagram and like everyone's posting the same exact look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you dress it up in a way that looks super different compared to someone else, and like you just wore those shoes just because like a lot of sneakers, to be honest, look small on your feet. You know what I mean? Then that makes a lot of sense. That's like one of the reasons why I wore boots for like 4 years straight. I hated how small like sneakers looked on my feet. And then I have like a few bigger shoes. They're not really chunky, but they're just like, they look larger. And I just don't like how like, I don't know, maybe I just feel shorter. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
What shoe size are you?
Oh, damn. I'm probably like, okay, it depends on how much I like the shoe, right? So if I go into
how much you like it? Damn, I like this shoe a lot. I'm gonna get a size 16, bro.
Now I'm a 7. Yeah.
No, it's a whole thing that I have where like I could go into if I go thrifting or if I go to a consignment shop or even if I go to a store and there's a shoe that I really like. Obviously, at those stores they only have one pair, right? And it's like one of those things where if you can get it, you can get it. If you don't, so if I'm technically like somewhere between an 8.5 and a 9, right? But if I was to wear a 9.5, I fudge it a little bit, and whenever I wore those shoes, I wear 2 socks. I can fit a 10 if I add an extra insole. You see what I'm saying? So it depends. It really depends on how much I like the shoe.
I see what you're saying. I thought you were like, oh man, I really like these shoes, so I want them to, fit tight on my feet, so I'm gonna get a size down.
Go through the pain.
Yeah.
These shoes are mad ugly, bro. Let me get a 16.
Yeah. Bigger the better.
The bigger the better, so you can just display it on your shelf. What are those? Oh man, those are Shaq shoes. He gave them to me for free.
Oh my God.
I really like Shaq. All right, and then last thing I want to ask you about fashion related before we move on is like, I mean, I feel like you guys, especially you, Vesca, you live in New York, you go to FIT, like you have your finger on the pulse, right? So for the viewers, or sorry, the listeners, and for me and Christian, and I guess Haran and Harsha too, what's like one item that you think we could cop right now, and when we wear it, or if it's like a piece of jewelry, whatever, people will be like, oh shit, this dude knows his fashion. Like, this dude is on his shit. This dude looks good. What should I get?
And this is just a question for me.
Well, I guess it could be for Amara too. Actually, that's probably a good perspective to have.
I honestly feel like low key, anyone looks good in a suit if that blazer or suit looks like something that they would wear with their everyday clothes. Like I've seen you quite often, Tarun, and I feel like if you have like a linen suit for the summer or something, and you just feel like you want to layer up, even though you're wearing like blue jeans, your like cool sneakers, and like maybe even like a t-shirt, you could just throw that blazer on, and it'll make you feel like, I feel like you can like go to that like really nice dinner and still feel comfortable in your own clothing. You know what I mean? But then people would still be like, yeah, you dressed up for this, and you'd still be like true to who you are because that suit fits you as a person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That makes
I think
sense.
anyone can buy like a blazer if it like if it looks like something that they would wear.
Yeah, that's a good point.
good
actually, I
one.
feel like a lot of guys
smart.
don't really have like light suits. You know, like you were saying, like the linen. So it's definitely a good thing. You could wear that to like anything, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's like casual but formal at the same time. It's like a jean jacket.
I know all about that.
Wow,
bro.
yeah. A replacement for your classic jean jacket, Tarun.
All right, so
dude, that shit is literally part of my personality.
Yeah.
Maybe over your crop cardigan, you can have like a blazer on
There you
with
go.
your 5-inch shorts.
And then you can wear like 14-inch shoes. Or 14 size 14 shoes.
14 size shoes because you really like them.
14 shoes. Tilted black fedora. Dancing on top of this lunch table.
Dude, I'm gonna look like a fucking GTA character, man. What the fuck? I'm so sus.
What do you think, Amara? What's something that you would notice?
I don't know. That was a good answer. I feel like I'm not fashion as fashion savvy as him to like say something, but I feel like it
You're
depends.
lying. That is not true.
I don't
She
know,
has like
like-
so many outfits. She has more outfits than I do.
Okay,
She shops
but-
more than I do. And then when she's getting ready, she tries on like a million
Exposing me.
different things.
Yeah,
She
that's
definitely thinks
normal.
about this. No, she.
Damn.
Well, I know.
Came
I'm
loaded.
not saying it's not normal. I'm not saying it's not normal because I do something similar. But I'm just saying that I know you. Think about it.
I know, but I'm thinking of like something to give Tarun, you know.
Or you
Like-
could also, like, if you want to, speak to the two women who listen to the podcast, you could also,
I think a couple weeks ago we asked Helen like what's the thing that you would want to see a guy wear like on a first date or something like that, like something you would be like, oh wow, like this he looks really nice.
he tried. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
He tried.
Yeah.
That's true.
Do you guys know what a dickie is?
Oh.
Dickies, like
The Dickies.
Like the pants or like the.
I don't know. So Dickies are actually like not Dickies the brand, but a Dickies shirt is like, if you think of a button up.
Like the work
but
shirt?
it's like a work shirt,
yeah.
but it's like it doesn't have sleeves, or maybe it may have just like a short sleeve,
Yeah.
but it's actually technically only this long.
Oh.
Like it's like cropped to like your chest,
Oh.
basically.
cropped it below your
And
chest.
it's-
Okay.
Yeah, because you're supposed to wear it like under a vest and like a suit, and it's not supposed to be seen, right?
Oh.
But I think those are kind of cool. Like if you make them like a little bit longer, I think people could wear that.
Oh.
That's interesting. I never.
I don't know.
heard
That
of
was a
that.
little random, but
Maybe mixing the
maybe
cardigan
we could make
with
it a
the-
thing and
yeah.
mix it in with the cardigans.
Yeah, we can, no, and we'll sell it along with the scented masks, bro.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Free in it.
the package deal.
Veska's next line. Scented mask and a cardigan. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I personally like I feel like people don't have to try so hard to put on like a really expensive like head to toe outfit to like look good, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like you could have like a pretty like plain blouse and pants, but then have like a really cool looking like belt or bag and like or like some sort of accessory to really top it off, and then it'd be like, wow, like everything just pulls through. But yeah. And then but then again it like depends on like the person too. Like I feel like I would recommend like someone like Veska who really likes, you know, that classic rock look, something different than someone some of my friends I know that really like these bright like neon colored like looking, you know, clothes, but they both still look equally stylish and like you know, put together. So yeah, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of my take. Like I can't like I don't like telling people like what to wear. I just like if they show me and something looks good, then I would say so. Yeah.
This sucks. You guys are both non-controversial. You're both very very like you agree and you're very nice.
I think Tarun is the most controversial one.
Oh yeah, because
I mean that's his job.
That's my role. I'm the instigator.
Yeah. But it also fits all of our personalities, so you know everybody wins.
That's true.
All right, well, Tarun, now that we've pictured what you're gonna wear on the lunch table, I know everybody gets to think about it for 30 seconds while we take an ad break. All right, so we just took a little 30-second separation, you know, from you guys while you were listening to the ad, and funny, we should talk about separation for a little bit because Veska talked about how this is the first time he's been back to Nova in like 2 years or something, or DC area, and this is the first time that Amar and him been together in a long time, as far as I know, and that was a frequent thing that happened in college, from what I heard from Amar's point of view, and so, but before we get to that part, you know, I asked Tarun this question. I don't really want to like, you know, rat on him, but he didn't know the answer, so I'm gonna have to ask you directly. Like, how did you guys actually meet? Because like, because you guys have been together for like a long time. Yeah, you.
Okay.
Wait, can I ask a question? Because I feel like I remember you texting me about this when you guys had met. Maybe was it in like a like a hotel, or you guys were staying like close together or something like that? Something?
Oh, buddy.
Oh. No, I mean, like, we've known each other for a while. There might have been, like, we have, like, events, too, that happen in, like, our Indonesian community. So there might have been an instance where, like, our families were, like, in the same, you know, like, convention center type of thing. So that, like, happens a lot. So that might have been, like, where you got that from. But I don't know. It's hard to pinpoint when we met.
So basically, like, the entire Indonesian community is pretty tight-knit in the DMV, so like everyone kind of knows of everybody else. I think so there was this music group orchestra kind of thing that we were both in, and I played guitar and she played violin, and I think we just kind of had a lot of mutual friends. We just kind of knew each other for a while, but we didn't really talk to each other for a while. And then I tried to talk to her, and then she did this thing where she didn't really like. I think she was scared of me. Or,
oh no!
Or maybe she was just like high-key trying to avoid me. Those are two in the same, by the way. Only for like a year and a half later. Did you text me first?
Maybe.
Yeah, literally a year and a half later, she hit me up. But then we were still doing a music thing, and then I don't know, it just kind of worked out.
Back then, we saw each other a lot more often because like every weekend we would have like rehearsals. So like that's where we met. Like we had again like the same friends. Like we were in the same friend group and stuff like that. But yeah, like we were like talking for a while.
Maybe he was talking about camping.
Oh yeah, we were also
Yeah, we
camping
used to
together.
always go camping together because like a lot of our families go on this big like kind of camping retreat, and I think it was for charity. Was it for charity?
Yeah, or like
Wait. How
I
do you go
think-
camping for charity?
I don't know, bro. I don't actually know.
Okay, no.
That's so funny because you said that.
I
I was
don't
like,
know.
oh, okay, yeah, that's cool, man. Camping for charity. But then you asked me the question. I was like, wait, yeah, how the fuck?
we were like
We were
in
the
fourth
kids,
grade.
like
Okay,
the
I had no
parents.
idea.
That's funny.
I think it was like the organization that our parents are a part of, and
Okay.
it's like, I don't really know what they do.
Who's the charity? Are you the charity?
Yeah, it might have been us. We were just sleeping in tents.
I think the name of the group is like is an Indonesian name, and I think the name of it has something to do with like gathering money for a cause, something along
Okay,
the lines
okay.
of that. But we just never really knew what the cause was, and we never really understood like where the money came from, and where it was going to.
Yeah.
But we just knew that like once every 2 to 3 months, everyone did a big camping thing,
Oh, okay.
and we'd always go.
Just
and,
don't
like,
question
meet,
it.
Like a lot of
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We were just excited to see our friends.
That makes sense. All right, sorry. Continue with your story.
But yeah, that was I mean, like the camping trips like weren't, I don't know if that's like where we first met. It might have been, but like we just like met when we were really young and our parents were always friends, and then we got closer from this, orchestra kind of Indonesian like cultural groups and stuff. And then like we didn't like talk.
I asked her on a date, and she said she wouldn't go on a date with me until I do this literally like marching band thing. It wasn't
What?
It's not really marching
Say
band,
that.
right? But it's what it is it's like it's in Indonesia it's almost like
It's
the
like
military.
it's a color guard.
but it's like
Okay.
it's basically a color guard. But for the Indonesian Independence Day, and it's a big thing. Like every Indonesian goes to like the house of the ambassador, and like us, the color guard, would have to actually like, and this meant that we had to train 2 times.
Yeah, we had
Twice
to
a
like
week?
rehearse like every week or
It
so.
was like 2 to 3 times a week, the entire summer.
Okay, but that was the only
Whoa,
way
this
And
was
we
your
were
prerequisite?
Listen, we were fasting, right?
Oh my god.
And we had to stand out there in the sun for like 3 to 4 hours, like 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay.
And that was her prerequisite, and I did it.
You're
Holy
making me
shit.
sound like a terrible
I'm just kidding.
person. I did not do that.
Are you sure?
I was
Because there's a
like-
pretty detailed explanation.
Yeah, he sounded kind of hurt. Like he's trying to
probably scarred,
just kidding.
but-
he's trying to let it out. Yeah.
No, I mean my thing was like
No, so I made it sound worse than it was. Like a lot of our friends were doing it too, and I was planning on not doing it that year because
Oh,
I did
okay,
it the
okay,
year
okay.
before. But then she was
I
like,
see.
but she did say,
I was like, I think in my head I was like, this is like the only chance we'll spend a lot of time together this summer, because I think like our like orchestral group was like taking a little bit of a break because it was like summer or whatever.
Hmm.
So then I was like, at the time he lived in like Silver Spring, Maryland, and I still lived in like Leesburg,
Leesburg.
Virginia, which is
Mm.
like about 45 to an hour away. So I
Yeah.
was like, I couldn't drive either. Like we were still really young. So I was like, okay, like this is the time where, we and all our friends could spend, time together and like, get to know each other better. So I didn't want to like rush
That makes
into
sense.
things.
Okay.
But that's the mature answer.
Sure.
and her friend, one of our friends, did the same thing to another
Oh my
friend of ours that was a guy. I can't. They're. I'm not gonna say who they are, but then we ended up going on our first date together with them because
It was a double date.
They planned this for us, like this
Yeah.
prerequisite. It all worked out though. It was definitely worth it.
Yeah.
It worked out for us.
Are they still together? No?
No.
Then who won,
unfortunately
bro?
Not. But they're happy with their own lives.
Yeah, okay.
That
I'll
sounds
take your word
so
for it.
pompous. They're happy with their own lives. We're together. And we're
Sorry,
better.
I didn't mean it to sound like that.
They're happily separated.
Exactly. It was mutual.
Mm.
That's
But
funny.
yeah. Anyways, yeah. Since then, I guess it's been long distance, but it somehow keeps growing as we go.
Somehow? Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, we wanted to ask you, how do you guys maintain a long distance relationship? What are some good tips for those people out there that are, doing long distance currently?
Or have to do it
Are
in
there
the
any
future?
good tips?
I don't know.
I don't even know if
honestly.
there are any good tips.
I can think of one. Play Genshin Impact together.
Okay.
Okay,
Period.
that's a good one. That's a good
That
tip.
is a very good one. That's what I was gonna say. I was like having shared hobbies, like
Yeah.
because then you could always like do stuff together, like video
Mhm.
games. Like I didn't get into video games, like Genshin Impact until he introduced it to me, and now like we always play together. And I also play with like our other friends, like Emily and stuff. So
I think for me, a lot of it is wanting to like share a lot of things with her. So I know that she's super into anime, like a lot more than I am now. And I showed her Naruto, right? Like we
Dang.
watched the first 2 seasons, and she finished the whole show before I did. And I watched.
I didn't want to wait for you.
You know how many episodes is in Naruto?
Like
Dude, that's so
280.
many.
Like,
Dude, there's literally hundreds of episodes.
Okay.
But anyway, what I'm saying is like my whole point is that like it's a lot easier when you have a lot of things in common and you
Yeah.
want to share a lot of things. So like
Yeah.
whether it's like anime or like a TV show or maybe even something on Instagram, we just always talk to each other about it. And I feel like a lot of people won't know, like we've known each other for a really long time, right?
right.
So a lot of people wouldn't be able to relate to things and know how we feel about things as much as other people would about with us, just because like we know each other so well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And over such a long period of time. So like we kind of experienced a lot of things together for the first time, even though like we're not like really
Right.
like we're
Like
like on a
there.
phone call
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like lots of communication. I mean, like in college, like we were like usually busy like with our like classes and stuff like that. So that was honestly like probably the hardest. Just because we were all like kind of preoccupied doing our own things. But then again, like, you know, at the end of the day or like on like the breaks, like the long breaks in college, like we'd always see each other. So there was always something to look forward to. So that was nice. And then like yeah. But yeah, I mean, I feel like every time like we're like long distance or like we're not together, we always like learn something new. So I don't know. People kind of just have to like, if people want to try long distance, I feel like they kind of just have to like learn and see what works for them themselves. But yeah.
That makes sense. It's good advice. Good advice. Helen said pretty much the same thing. And I feel like anybody who you ask that question to is going to say the same thing. But
yeah,
a lot, I mean, like relationships in general, like romantic or otherwise, are all about communication usually. So it makes sense that like when you're not together, it's like amplified, you know? Yeah. Harking back to what you were talking about with anime, I guess this is more apparently geared towards Amara, but what other anime other than Naruto would you recommend? Because I've only seen Naruto and I'm only really gonna watch Naruto.
Okay.
So give me some recommendations.
So I think the thing is with anime, I think it's not really, anime isn't the genre. I think anime is the medium, and there are multiple genres in anime. I think that's what people get confused. They like watch one anime, they don't like it, and they think all animes are like that.
That's
when like
true.
you have like Slice of Life, you have like, you know, Death Note, which is really like you have to think through a lot of it. So like, what do you watch anime for? Do you watch it for? Like, do you want a show that's like Netflix quality of like a kind of like Stranger Things kind of a thing, or do you want something that's like action like Naruto, or like, what do you look?
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. I only watched Naruto because I saw it on TV as a kid, and so I had to rewatch it. Unfortunately, in English, so I know it's not the same. But
I watched it in English.
So, but I guess more as like a general recommendation. I just liked Naruto for the nostalgia for when I used to watch it. So that's why I watched Naruto. But I've heard like a lot of good things about like, I know people watch Jujutsu Kaisen, like One Piece, like you said, Death Note.
Start with Jujutsu Kaisen. I think like if you want to watch a show that's like just a good show. Like you don't have to
Yeah.
remember that it's anime. Maybe it's just like an animated cartoon show
Mhm.
that really makes you think about like it's like the quality of like any Netflix movie, maybe even better. I think it's a TV show. There's this one called
Promise
Neverland.
Neverland.
Yeah,
Oh,
Promise
I've heard about
Neverland's
that.
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like literally one of the best animes I've seen in like the
Mm.
most in like past 5-10 years. I just feel like
Mm.
it has such a just the plot is super interesting and you can never really
Mhm.
guess what's going to happen next kind of a thing. It's almost like a thriller.
Yeah.
But if you watch anime for the same reasons that like you like Naruto, like you just want to see a lot of the really interesting big fights
Mm.
in the style of like and pace of like a 90s show,
Mm.
I think you should just watch Dragon Ball, which is like
Mm.
literally like
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z is like the
That's
other
true. Yeah.
really big show other than like One Piece.
Mm.
But I don't know, bro. I think I have so many different anime recs, but you kind of just have to tell me what you're looking.
That's
to
true. Yeah,
watch.
that's. I feel like when you ask people for like anime recommendations, like you said, different people like different things. There's like a. I've heard that there's like a lot of like gory anime and like stuff like that. There's a lot of like like you said, action based, and there's story based. The thing that frustrated me with Naruto was the pacing was really inconsistent.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Like
It's because it's a 90s show. You want kids to
Yeah.
watch it next week.
yeah. That's how I used to watch it too. Like the first part of Naruto, like I would watch it like week by week on the TV. Unfortunately,
So I think if you want to watch like a shorter anime that can help you like kind of change your perspective on anime in
Mm.
general, I think you can watch Promised Neverland. I think
Okay.
there's only one season out right now, and it kind of has a really good conclusion too. So if you decide to never watch it again, you'd be fine. And it's only like 20 episodes.
Yeah, I think so. 20-minute episodes.
And,
it might
like,
have been 10, honestly.
The show
minutes,
that
yeah.
made me really
Yeah.
think of because I used to like when I was a kid, I only watched like Dragon Ball and Naruto and Bleach as well, and
oh yeah,
my kind of point of view was anime was kind of just like action shows.
yeah.
And the show that really kind of changed my whole point of view of it was this show called Death Note. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yeah.
That's like super genre bending one, I think. And it's also another short anime. It has like it has like a definitive conclusion. It's like 20
Right.
episodes. So like the pacing is really good on that. So I think my recommendations would be Promised Neverland, Death Note. And I think if I had to do a third, if you wanted like a fun anime, I know it's not really famous, but it's not really a popular anime, but I thought it was really cool because it reminds me of like a lot of Avengers and stuff like that. There's one called Tiger and Bunny. I don't know if it's on Netflix anymore. I don't know, have you seen that one, Tarun?
No, I haven't.
Do you watch anime, Tarun? Oh, yeah, it's like semi 3D anime, but like also not, depending on the scenes. But think it's the whole synopsis is basically like heroes or celebrities, so they care more about like the points in like this this competition that they have on TV. So
Okay.
I don't know. That also has a definitive ending.
Have you watched Boruto? I just have to ask. You have?
Yeah, we started it like because we finished Naruto.
Yeah.
And we were like, you know what? Let's just see what Boruto's
my
all
God.
about.
God.
So then-
Is it bad or is it good?
honestly, it wasn't bad. Like when we started, like we watched like the first 30 episodes, and like at first, like the dynamic of like all the characters were like they're all like really likable.
Yeah.
So like that was interesting to watch, and all the old characters.
Yeah.
They're all still there too.
Right.
So that was cool too. But the only thing is that like a lot of it is filler, or it's like anime fillers, because like the manga is still
They didn't
being
really call
developed.
it filler though. So there's like canon, and then there's manga canon.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
they
yeah.
called it. So like technically all this stuff did, because the thing is with Naruto, a lot of the fillers are like random things that
Yeah.
would be like a flashback or would have nothing to do with the plot.
Yeah, I kind of skipped those.
Yeah. so like the thing. Yeah. No, we definitely skipped all those too. You watched a few of them though.
Yeah, I watched a few. but-
The thing is with Boruto, they actually have like entire
Like a meaning?
storylines.
Yeah.
And like entire sagas, and these characters that are touched on in the anime canon are characters that aren't really shown enough of in the manga. Because I think if you watch just the manga canons, it really gets straight to the point where like it's just like bam, 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 and there's nothing like you don't really learn about the characters along the way.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. I'd never heard anybody would actually watch this, so I was curious to see what it was
Really?
like. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I kind of always thought the show was like for kids who've never seen Naruto but want to watch it because like it's what's on TV for them now.
Yeah.
So then like you don't really need to know about everything in the past,
True.
but you can kind of like pick it up and like still feel maybe like when these kids are like our age and they make a podcast and they invite their two friends to be on their podcast, be like, hey, what did you guys think of Boruto? Yeah, we watched all 400 episodes.
Yeah. But what about Boruto Jr., you know?
Exactly. They'll choose another syllable.
Yeah.
Goruto or something.
Goruto.
No, it's just and eventually they get to Moruto and then it's just over.
Oh,
Exactly.
right, okay. I like that.
All right, that's it. I can't say anything else, so I'll ruin my efficiency.
But, Christian, I think knowing you,
Yeah.
like I feel like you get bored with TV easily generally, right?
I don't watch TV, so yeah.
yeah. So I think you should watch Death Note, dude. Like it had my
Yeah.
intention the whole way through. It's like super cerebral, like mystery type of genre.
That's what I've heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's definitely the one to go to. And it's not that long either. You could definitely binge it. Real
Dude,
quick, so.
if I watch fucking iCarly, bro, I could watch anything. So
Have you seen the new? It's not a reboot. It's a
yeah,
sequel,
I've
right?
watched 5 episodes of it, so I know I can put myself through anything.
Nice.
Is it good?
No,
It's
Oh,
not.
really?
I see so many memes.
It's for
about how good
adults,
it is.
right? Like
they say
made it,
that.
like,
We talked
so
about it last
shit.
week, bro. But like they fucking man. It's just I gave it.
Oh,
Oh
right.
no.
Tarun gave it a 2. I gave it I think a 3.5. Or
Is it because Sam's not there?
No, that's not even the reason.
not well. Yes and no. Like no, because like they filled her character with a different best friend. But yes, because a lot of the things
What?
that she brought to the show like are needed in the show because the show is really repetitive.
Oh.
'Cause she kind of makes you realize how like silly everything is, and kind of
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes you get angry when she gets angry.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, like they just rehash the same characters and like
Yeah.
they're literally the same characters but older.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
There's
I mean,
Have
really
you,
nothing.
did
not
you
much
guys hear
to
about
it.
Drake Bell?
yeah, we also
Yeah, we talked
man,
about
there's
that last
so
week, too.
much. So
Hey,
great.
where were you?
If you guys want to hear more about this, please
Yeah.
listen to episode
66.
Child
66.
engagement, man.
It's okay for you guys. It's not
He
even
ain't
out yet.
truthing.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it's yeah, but get your own opinion on iCarly. It's I think it's watchable. I laughed 4 times in 5 episodes. So take from that what you will.
Oh.
If you guys have nothing to fall asleep to, you should watch it.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like that type
Okay.
of show.
Wait, Christian, did you
But-
subscribe to a whole new subscription?
Yeah,
How many
that's what I was gonna
subscriptions do you have
ask.
now?
No, I already had Paramount Plus.
Oh, you did?
Oh.
Yeah.
What do you use? What do you watch on it?
I watched soccer and iCarly.
Oh.
The whole package.
Yep. And after I was done with iCarly, I unsubscribed. So yeah,
Dang.
that's until
That's the
soccer
other-
starts up again. So
That's like the other annoying thing. I feel like every single service is making their own kind of
yeah.
streaming service, and now like
Mhm.
Netflix was good because everything was on it.
hmm
Now everything's like scattered, and I feel like I have like 6-7 different subscriptions just to like.
Bro, they're gonna
Be
have
able to
like
watch
a cable package with like all the subscriptions one day.
Yeah,
It's just
just-
gonna
Exactly.
rehash everything. It's just be like, oh, this is your all in one. You know.
Full
There actually
circle.
is a startup doing that. I think I saw it on.
Oh,
Netflix or
fucking-
something
All
recently.
All right. Well, I didn't come
I'm
up
so
with a
stupid.
unique idea like your fucking scented face masks. I'm sorry.
It's like they're like it's like 10 years later. It's just like Netflix, but it's
Yeah.
also the same price as your cable package.
Yeah.
The only difference
Yeah.
is you can just watch shows whenever you want, but it's the same price as your old cable package.
Yeah.
So you're not really saving any money.
No.
The thing is, it is actually so smart because all of these like Netflix and stuff, they spend literally like $1 billion a year just on content
Bro.
creation. I'm pretty sure they lose money every year just because they create so much. I actually don't know how Netflix
Yeah.
is still in business, but like they definitely make way more shows and movies and stuff than regular TV does nowadays because they make more money, you know. So
It's true.
And no one
In the
watches like
future-
75% of it.
yeah, exactly. And like it's so like entertainment in general is so decentralized now. You don't need to be a big TV station. You can be literally
Yeah.
a kid with an iPhone, and then that's it. You know.
Yeah.
That is true.
The thing is, I think I saw somewhere that Netflix wasn't actually making a lot of money just because they spent so much money obtaining everything that they're
Yeah.
like in debt, so they're like trying to catch up. Which is why they're like trying to make a lot of originals, so they wouldn't have to spend money to like buy other
That
things.
makes
But
sense.
I think it's not to their favor now that like I don't even know what I watch on Netflix now.
Same.
Like everything's not on there anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like people watch for like every once in a while, maybe once a year, there'll be like one banger show
Stranger
that
Things.
comes on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stranger Things or something like that. People will buy a subscription just to watch that show, and then they'll cancel it after a month.
Yeah.
That's true.
What do you guys think about Stranger Things?
I like
Now
it.
I'm interviewing you guys.
I haven't watched it because, like I said, I don't really watch stuff. So I'm putting this all into Rune.
I like it. I like the whole vibe. I like that it's like retro but future, kind of alien. You know, I mean, I think that's right up my alley. Like with
Nice.
sci-fi and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like it reminds me a lot of. Have you guys seen The Sandlot?
I have not.
I
Oh wait,
haven't.
that's no. I haven't seen.
It's basically like a movie about these like ragtag group of kids, and like they played baseball together over the summer, and then they went through like a whole like conflict, whatever. It kind of just gives me those like those vibes, like children's movies type of thing, where like it's all the kids have to, like, the parents don't understand or whatever. It's up to the kids to you know fight the whatever the fuck demon or solve the problem. So I don't know. It just feels like it's like a feel good for me, I think.
Yeah.
I think Stranger Things was great. I liked season 1 and season 2, but then something about the third season just felt too relaxed. Like they had too much. Like they weren't running when they should be running, in my opinion. And I didn't really like how the ending, like the whole thing ended in basically like a musical. Like they started singing, and then that just it went from like thriller to like I don't know, like a family show.
Uh,
By the end of the third season. But I see what you mean now. Like I see what you mean by like it's more of like a family thing, like Sandlot. What's good is this show called Lock and Key. I don't know if you guys seen that.
I've heard, but I think Haran's talked about that. What was it about? Can you remind me?
It's like this house, and it's kind of owned by like their family, but they're like hidden keys hidden everywhere, and each key opens a specific door that leads to somewhere different or gives you a specific different like power. And there's like a witch trying to kill them or something like that.
What the fuck?
Of course. And they're all kids.
All kids.
That sounds kind of lit, actually.
Yeah, no, I feel like you'd be into it too.
Yeah. It's a Netflix original too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Netflix
Money
got
well
it.
spent.
Yeah. I also liked Haunting Hill House. We watched that too. That was good. That was a Netflix original. I didn't watch like the next one that was like, I don't know, like Blair House or whatever, something like that. But I feel like I like those like Netflix thriller shows more. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they did that really well. I feel like pacing in terms of like horror stuff, it would be really hard to do with TV shows, right? Because it's so short, like episodes. And I think it's stitched together well, you know, so kudos to them.
Nice.
Christian, did you guys have anything else? Anyone?
I don't know, dude. Christian, what do you watch? What do you do on your spare time? How do you spend your spare time?
I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube. I would say I don't watch like TV. Like I go on Netflix like once a month. Like that's it. And then I watch YouTube. I mean, like I play games a lot. I make music. You know, it's just a cycle. You know, editing.
What games do you play?
I usually play sports games, but like I also play like COD and you know,
Listen,
generic
you play COD,
shit.
right?
Me? No, I don't play Call of Duty. Sorry.
Okay.
I play like almost only role playing games.
Oh, have you ever played The Witcher?
That's the only one that I haven't played.
Really? Yo, no, The Witcher. I played that. I went through a phase where I played Fallout last year.
Oh yeah.
I played. I used to play a lot of role playing games. You play Red Dead Redemption?
By role playing games, I mean like
like full
MMO.
full. I see.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Guild Wars 2.
I see.
There's this one called Phantasy Star Online I'm playing right now. But yeah.
No, dude, The
Other
Witcher.
than that, I play 2K.
Yeah.
Play a lot of 2K.
Yeah, I play 2K too. Yeah, it's hit or
It
miss.
just sucks when like every year I have to start
Same
over my
game.
characters like
Yep.
ass.
Yep.
And then I gotta play like every game in the season just to get to be like 85 overall again.
Yeah.
And then the next one comes out.
Yeah, I know it sucks. Oh, but yeah. Now, outside of just being like MMO, like The Witcher is actually like a really good RPG game. It's such a lot. There's like over like 25 different endings to like the story, like the main story. There's a lot of like you choose like a lot of the decisions you make like change the rest of the story. So I recommend. It's a really long game, but it's a really good game, I would say.
That's one I've always considered on playing, but I just built a PC like recently, and I just got a Switch too. So I'm like, maybe I should get on the Switch, but then I have a PC, so I can just.
You gotta get the new like Mario Golf game. Yo, that game looks so fire.
Mario Golf game.
Bro, I did
There's
not
like
see
on
that.
the
What are you
Switch?
talking about?
What?
I didn't see that. I didn't see the Mario Golf game. Like,
Yeah, dude, they came out with like a new Mario Golf game like recently. I think it dropped like this month. It's for the Switch. Bro, all the Mario
let's
sports
fucking
games
play
are
that.
like are
So
goated.
it's gonna be like $60.
Yeah, probably.
70, bro. 70.
Is that actually?
Definitely.
$69.99.
Yes.
And if I want to play with you guys, I got to pay for the fucking subscription to pay online.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But yeah, that game looks like so much fun. I'll just steal Tarun's Switch and then
Did you guys hear about the new Switch coming out?
Yeah.
I heard about it. Yeah.
It's just a Switch with an OLED screen.
Yeah.
Oh, they always find new ways to rip people off. It's
Like,
really
here's
impressive.
the thing that should have been in the actual original Switch, but like we waited 5 years.
Yeah. To hear it.
They could have came up with something so much better, dude. I don't understand their thought process on that. Like, why not just create like another console? Because like people they be selling like a lot of Switches, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely had the funds. It's fucking Nintendo. Nintendo owns everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just make something new again. Like it has been a
Yeah.
while, right? Like 5 years, 6
Well,
years.
I think the thing is though, like Switch sales just started going up during the pandemic to the point where like Switches were selling out left and right.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think because of that, they have a whole new audience of Switch gamers that just got the Switch.
Yeah.
So I feel like they want to make more content for the Switch while people still have it, and then move on to the next thing when like people are done with the Switch. Because I think like a lot of people, especially during like COVID and everything, had a lot of free time to like play video games.
Bro,
you know?
Fair, yeah.
the people who, like Tarun who like popped on Animal Crossing like at the beginning of the pandemic, like
Yeah.
I don't know how long you played that game for, but you used to play that game, I would say, a decent amount.
Dude, I played a lot for like a month and a half, 2 months. I was playing like a couple hours every day, which is kind of insane.
Yeah.
If you like Animal Crossing, just come play Genshin Impact with us, dude.
I've been trying to tell True.
There's literally next update. There's literally like farming and like your own
Farming,
housing.
bro?
It's
Yeah.
literally, yeah, farming,
Why are you guys
bro.
not trying to hop on Minecraft, bro? Come on. Why, if you're trying to do it, why not just
That's
play Minecraft?
true.
If you're trying to play
We
farming
did talk
and build a
about that
house
too.
and do all this extra shit, Minecraft is better, dude.
No, but the thing is, it's the full package. It has like a little bit of everything. You know? I don't want to just build houses.
No, but there's like actually a lot.
I can do
more to
that in
Minecraft
real
than-
life.
No. See, that's the thing. I like. I played Minecraft back in the day, like I would say in middle school, stuff like that, like on Xbox with my friends, and we would just like, I don't even know what the fuck we do. We wouldn't really do anything meaningful. Like we'll build like a fucking dirt house, and then the next thing you know, we all get sort of just try to kill each other, and that's it. But like nowadays, like they added like a shit ton to the game. Like they added different animals, like a bunch of different blocks that have different features and all this stuff. So like there is actually a lot more to do. And I like that it's like a game that like there's like actually a lot of like there's like early game, there's like mid game, like end game, where you have like the best tools and the best gear, and you can do like start to do like crazy shit, make big builds. But yeah, it's like a big time devotion though. Yeah,
that's true
for sure. I've seen entire full recreations of stadiums, of Hogwarts, of New York City, just like done in Minecraft, brick by brick, like super measured out.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's like Legos but on the computer.
Yeah,
I feel like if I'm not doing that much, if I don't do that, I'm losing in the game.
It's also just generally like just like a
Relaxing.
peaceful game to play.
Yeah.
Relaxing. Yeah, it's just
That's true.
And I feel like I would be more motivated to play it if I played with other people on like the same map or whatever world.
Yeah.
So
What do you play it on?
I just played on my computer. Like the thing is with Minecraft, right? Like because Microsoft bought it, I think they made it like they optimized it so like anyone can play on anything. Like they have Minecraft on your phone, your Switch, like everything. So laptop's definitely enough to run it. I mean, it's not like an intense game anyways, but yeah.
$27? What the fuck?
For
What's it,
what?
27?
Minecraft.
Oh. Yeah, it was
It's
like
like-
30 on the Switch when I checked
Oh shit.
last time.
Oh, but
It's not
apparently
terrible, though.
for players in South Korea, you must be 19 years or older to buy it. So that's a shame.
In South Korea.
Why? Why
I
is
don't
it not
know.
an age limit in South Korea?
19?
I don't know. I don't
And
know.
why is it so old?
Man, something about the blocks, you know? Anyway, I think that's a good place to end the episode. We want to... Oh, you know what? Scratch that. Before we leave, Amara, who's your birthday
Yeah.
recently?
Oh, yeah. I think so.
You think so? Did you
2
do...
days ago.
Did you do
Days ago.
Well, have you done anything really special, or are you going to do anything really special for your birthday?
I mean, for my actual, like on the day of and the day after, I just went to like dinners with like my family and friends. So it
Mhm.
wasn't anything like too special or exciting. But I guess the most exciting thing is that Veska
Yeah, I
is
kind of
here.
clocked that right before I asked the
Aw.
question, but
Yeah.
I thought I
So
would
cute.
ask it anyway.
But yeah, he's here. Yeah, for my birthday weekend, I guess. So we're just gonna hang out. And
Yeah.
Veska, of course, has like friends here in the area too, since he grew
Mhm.
up here. So we'll be meeting up with them too.
We're on Sunday night. We're having dinner with some of our mutual
Yeah.
friends on Sunday night, and we're also maybe potentially inviting them over for Saturday night. So we'll see.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Type.
But yeah,
Should be a good time. Should be a good time.
that's pretty much it. I don't know. 23 isn't really a special age. It doesn't have
Jordan
like
here.
that nice,
Yeah.
I guess, but like 23, I don't know.
Would you rather be
I feel
24?
like it's
Why,
not as,
why,
like,
why can't it be LeBron
sweet.
here?
Okay,
We-
I take it back then.
We don't like LeBron on this podcast. Fuck you,
Unless you're
Harsha.
Harsha.
Oh.
It's okay. No, I'm not a big fan of. I grew up a Wizards fan, and that man stopped us from getting anywhere in the playoffs like twice. I'm pretty sure back with Gilbert Arenas, and my dad hates him. So I
it's
can't rock
it's
with him.
deeply rooted in the family.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
But yeah. Okay, so now it's time to end the episode. But yeah, we want to thank both of you guys for coming on. Is there anything
Awesome.
special you'd like to say before you head out?
No, just thanks for having us. It was super fun.
It was
being
fun.
No, it was a lot.
here. True, and I'm serious about it. Our little plan here. I will message you, and we will make this happen. When is this coming up?
It's coming out.
Two comments, guys.
Well, he
Just
said
Yeah.
10
Two
comments, so
10 comments.
get all your friends.
10 for the wedding, 2 for just, like on a Wednesday or something.
Dude,
Don't
I
worry, I
was
have
gonna
3
say,
Spotify accounts.
I was gonna say everyone comment happy birthday for Amara on this post, but don't do
But
that.
it's gonna
anymore.
be
I don't
so
want comments. I don't want the comments, man.
Wait, yes, please wish me
No,
happy birthday.
no.
So.
Wish her happy 23. It's Jordan year, guys. You have to.
Exactly.
Do you guys not want to see Toon in a crop cardigan and a fedora?
I'll comment, man. I want to see this.
Yes.
How did this happen to me?
Oh. But yeah, thank you guys for coming on, and thanks to everybody for listening to episode 67. And stay tuned for next week, and you'll never know who's gonna be here. All right, bye guys.
See ya.
Bye, guys.